So today's the day I'm going to deliver that 8530 to Lancaster, the Lancaster store of Deer Country. So I have to get my skid steer off the back of the truck and trailer, and there's my Chariot. I'm probably going to need some fuel in it. So first things first, I'll fire this up, and then I'm going to go get the 8530 fired up. And by the time I do that, this thing should have enough air in it to move. Okay, so there it is, parked up on the hill. I had the boys wash it. I didn't do anything to it other than clean out the inside of the cab, but I don't know, I didn't even look to see how good of a job they did. And of course, if you look at these things, they fill with hay and stuff up and under here when you're running the baler. But for the most part, it's as clean as you could ask. The cab, clean inside, clean enough inside. They went over it with a vacuum cleaner. I can tell Grant was the one that drove it last. So, let's see, we get my passcode in. And then, see, that's something that they don't encounter here in the United States, is this Vapormatic. That is strictly a European thing. So we'll let her warm up a little bit, even though it's not cold. This active seat is doing its thing. Looks like somebody attempted to wash the window with, I don't know, a rag maybe. I don't know. It looks terrible. I'm going to have to do some this thing. The active seat, it's got Climatrack in the active seat, and obviously I'm going to just get her backed up. These things don't calibrate until they have reached a certain temperature. So when you fire them up, if it's cold, it won't calibrate. And they're supposed to calibrate at the startup within a minute, but this one here seems to be a little finicky about that. If it's too cold or the oil temperature isn't up to the right temperature, then it just will not calibrate until it does become warm enough. So yeah, here it is. So I'm just going to pull this up in front of the house. In front of the house here, and then I'm going to go get my truck, pull it around, get that skid steer off, and then I'm going to go ahead and load this tractor. Chain her down. Not too bad, I don't think. I gotta get her tied down. Oh, yeah, I just want to double, triple check the width on this thing. If I'm just a couple 3 inches over on either side, I'm okay, and I am. I'm about the same on both sides, so I'm pretty happy with the way that loaded up. Yeah, so now I have to get these chains. I'm going to put 2 in the front and 2 in the back here, 2 in the front, through that drawbar hanger there, right here. It's the swing on the drawbar, and we will go ahead and get that done so that I can, and then I got to pull it ahead and go get a couple more chains for the front because I just don't have them. Before next year's baling escapades, I will have to have the tires changed, at least on the front. I know I'm only going to be in flat land, but those front tires are junk, so they're just shot, so I need new ones, and I'll be doing that. So here we go. So I'm going to pull this thing down in front of the shop there, right along the fuel tank. Anyway, go get a broom, sweep off this deck. I don't want a stone to hit. Get 2 more chains and binders, and I should be good for the trip. I have looked all over hell for this thing, and then it dawned on me. I remembered where it was. I'm not painting the tires on this. It doesn't stick over wide enough. Now, we're going to cross tie this one. But it'll work. I'm done. What are you doing, Maxie? can't go with a mud flap looking like that. Yeah, this is not going to be good. So, making sharp corners with step deck trailers always results in messed up mud flaps. Bend everything back together, and then I'm going to fix it. Wow, these things are tight. I actually drove an exceptionally long distance with these last night. Bent, broke, whatever. I'm actually quite shocked that it was able to do. Okay, so I got sidetracked. What you want to do with these things is kind of pinch them on so that if they do tear out, it doesn't just like rip it in half. So what I did was I just cut a slot in here. I cut the top of it off here and here, and I hung it there, and it's still okay there, but it's not fastened so securely that if I do it again, it doesn't tear off. But anyways, I got a phone call. So just got back to the farm. I didn't get any footage of unloading the 8530, just because they wanted it unloaded really, really fast. And I don't know, I went in, I unloaded it, I went back in, asked them if they needed the keys to the tractor, because I don't leave my tractors unlocked if they're someplace far away. So, you know, of course they said, no, we got keys. But I did ask them, I've got my keys, I did ask them when it would be started on. Now they told me that they didn't want it in there until they were ready to work on it, but they called me up and said, sent an email and said that they would take it today, but I wasn't sure whether they were just going to take it today or whether they were going to start work on it today. But the girl, she said to me, I think her name was Christine or Kathy, maybe, I don't know, Christine, started with a C anyway. She said no, they're going to start on it today, and that she would be sending me an email with an updated estimate. Well, I already got an estimate of about $8,000, and they says, well, depending on what happens, you know, when he gets into it, which he said he would be starting on it today, so he's probably working diligently on it, pulling the hood off and everything else, which is real simple for these guys because they do it all day, every day. You know, to be quite honest with you, there was only one other tractor in that shop. I was shocked. So, you know, that's a good thing to see, John Deere tractors that are not being ripped apart. But you never know. My aunt is looking at me like I'm crazy talking to myself. Anyway, yeah, so that's, you know, is what it is, I guess, if you can say that. So they're going to send me an estimate, and they're working on it right away, blah, blah, blah. I said this already, and what they're going to do is give me a call in a couple days or maybe tomorrow on an estimate. If it changes, they're going to re-estimate it if he gets into it and there is a problem. The tractor did exactly what this morning when I started it up, started that hydro surge, you know, that lag and then jam and lag and jam, and that is the valves sticking according to the service department. So pretty happy with the way that their diagnosis over the phone was pretty accurate, and apparently it is a rather common problem. So that tractor is down for the count. I'm going to try and get out there. We've got rain today, that's why I didn't complain about taking it out today, but it's been drizzling all day long over these hurricanes. We don't have any haymaking weather. But I'm going to try and get out there when it's completely ripped apart. I would like to take some footage of it. I don't know, because it's like 2.5 hours out each way, but I'd like to take some footage of what it looks like being all tore apart so I can put it up here for you guys. If not, well, I'm sorry. It may not work out that way. But yeah, so I'm really tired. I've been driving all day. It's now like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I just feel like I need to go home and rest. That's just about how I feel. Behind me here is the 8120, and